All right, good morning, everyone. So we're going to take notes today. It's November 16th, and we're going to be solving inequalities on, but this time it's going to be multi-step. So yesterday we started with two-step inequalities, and today we're going to be solving multi-step inequalities. These notes that you're going to take right now will be up. You need to take a picture of them and upload them to Canvas so you show me exactly what you copied down. So all you have to do right now is copy everything I write down, and that is going to be, I think, 40 points, which is worth a week's worth of homework. So 40 points for these notes. All right, so let's begin. So here we're going to have x plus, let's say, 3 is greater than or equal to, let's say, let's do 50. Okay, so let's copy this down. Everybody's writing this down, please. Today's agenda says we will solve multi-step equations. All right, so it's going to take more than one step or two steps to solve this. What you first have to do is apply the distributive property first, okay? Before we move anything, we're going to apply the distributive property. So 5 times x gives you 5x plus 5 times 3. 5 times 3 gives you, that's right, 15. Then we bring down the inequality symbol, just like so. Now what we're left with is a two-step equation inequality, which is what we learned yesterday. So you're going to draw your bars. Which number do I move first, the 5 or the 15? 8. The number that is furthest away is the 15, so that's the first number we move. So I'm going to move the 15 by minus 15 minus 15. Okay. On this side, we're going to do the math. So borrow correctly. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 1 is 3. Bring down the inequality. Then we have 5x. What's our last step? Our last step is to move this 5 by dividing by 5, dividing by 5. So we're left with x is greater than or equal to 35 divided by 5. That is 7. All right. So now from here, we're going to draw the inequality. So we're going to draw the number line. And we're going to put our answer right in the middle, 7, and then 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above, which we've been doing since last week. 8, 9. And we're going to have a open or closed circle. Yep, a closed circle. So we're going to have a closed circle on the 7. And then which way do I shade, left or right? The inequality points to the right, so we're going to shade to the right. Okay, so in this multi-step equation, inequality, I should say, we first apply the distributive property. That gives us this new problem. This is what we solved by applying the steps that we did yesterday, right? We subtract 15 on both sides, then we divide by 5. Okay, let's go ahead and do another problem. Very similar to this one. We're going to go with 2 parentheses. Let's go with 6 plus x is less than, let's say, 36. All right. Okay. There's Rocky playing with X's. Okay. Sorry about that. We're going to apply the distributive property first. Okay. So 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 2 times x is 2x. And then we're going to bring this inequality down, less than 36. Okay, so the first thing is to use the distributive property first, and then we're going to move. Now, even though the x is over here, it's still okay. Which number is furthest away from the x? The 12. So that's the number I move first. Minus 12, minus 12. Okay, we have 36 minus 12. We're going to do that math. So that gives us 24 is less than 2x, right? This gives us 0, which is what we want. We're going to now move the 2 by dividing by 2 because this means multiplying. So we have to do the opposite by dividing by 2. So we have x, we bring down this, is less than 24 divided by 2 is 12. All right. So now I get to graph this. X is less than 12. I'm going to sneak it in right in here in my notebook. I'm running out of space, but I think it can fit. 12, 11, 10, 13, 14. Is this an open or closed circle? That's correct, an open circle. Make sure you're copying all of this down. All of this will be worth 40 points. So if you copy down the notes just like this, everything I write down, you will get 40 points. Oh my gosh, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a happy face right here. I'm going to draw a little happy face. Yep, that's what I'm checking. Did you draw a little happy face right here? If you did, you're going to be earning all your points. If you didn't, pay attention. Draw this out right now. All right, let's continue. Double check one thing. All right. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, so that's the first part. Second part, it's going to look like this. Let's say I have 5x plus 10 divided by, let's say 20, let's say 35 is greater than, let's say 100. Okay, so again, this is another example of a multi-step inequality in which it's going to take us more than 2 steps to do. All right, so draw your bars. It just separates the left from the right. Okay, so I have an x here. This is what I want to leave by itself. So I have a 5, I have a 10, I have a 35. Oh, I regret now using 35. Sorry, we'll figure it out. I got to move all these numbers, these 3 numbers, 5, 10, 35, all to the other side. Which one do I move first? 35. And we're going to multiply this whole thing by 35. This whole thing by 35. What happens here? You just eliminated the 35. That's all you did. So you're left with 5x plus 10, bring down your inequality, is greater than 35 times 100 is a really big number, 3,500. Okay? Now, you're left with 5 and 10. Which number do I move first? That's right, the 10. It's furthest away. So you're going to subtract 10. Subtract 10. All right. So here, 3,500 minus 10 is we borrow. This becomes a 10. This becomes a 4. 0, 9, 4, 3. Bring down your inequality. 5x. So now we're going to divide by 5 on both sides because that's the number that's left over. And we got to leave x by itself. So I have to divide by 5 because together it means multiplication. So the opposite is divide. We have x is less than. Now 3490 divided by 5. I'm going to go on the side and divide it out. I don't have that memorized. So 0, 6 gives you 30. Remainder 4, bring down the 9. 9 gives you 45. Remainder 4, bring down the 0. 5 goes into 48 times. So x is greater than 698 because we did the math. So now we're going to graph this. Start with a number line. This number goes right in the middle. 698, 697, 696, 699, and 700. Is this inequality going to be an open or a closed circle? Yep, a closed circle. An open circle. And I'm going to shade to the right. These numbers on the right side are greater than 698. So this is greater than. Okay, we'll do another example like this one. All right. X minus 8. Go with 4x. 3 is greater than or equal to, let's see. Just trying to do the math. Give me 1 second. Trying to think of a number that works here. Oh. With 4. It might not work. Yeah, it will work. Okay, 4. So we're going to draw the bars. This is the number we move first. So we're going to multiply everything times 3 times 3. Okay. So this eliminates the 3's. We're just left with, so this like eliminates. We're left with 4x minus 8 is greater than or less than. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Now, we're going to add 8. Now remember, if you guys are writing down your notes, you're going to earn 40 points. If you continue doing, on your best behavior, you'll earn a homework pass, an educational documentary. You just have to earn the 5 stars on the board, a positive note from the sub. So here we are left with 4x is greater than or equal to 12 plus 8 is 20. Then we're going to divide by 4, divide by 4. So we're left with x is greater than or equal to 20 divided by 4 is 5. So we're going to graph our answer. 4, 3, 6, 7. We're going to have a closed circle on the 5. And then we're going to shade to the right. Okay? Now, the next problem is actually going to come from the worksheet that you're about to get. And we're going to do it. You don't have the worksheet, and it's fine. We'll write it down in our notebook. All right. So here's the problem from one of the examples in your worksheet. And we're going to do it together. Copy this down, and then you can copy it onto the worksheet. You don't need the worksheet right at this second. All right. A little tricky here. We're going to move the 7 first, okay? So we're going to multiply by 7, multiply by 7. So we're left with 9x minus x is less than 14. All right. Now, what we're going to do